And I'm your host, Josh Becker. Thanks for joining us live from Columbus, Ohio, here on a Tuesday night. What's going on, Buckeye Nation? Got a great show for you here this evening. It's been some great Buckeye news this week and some great news going on about some other teams in the Big Ten. Should be a really fun show. As always, we're brought to you by our sponsors, Buckeye Wine and Spirits, Plaza Mexican Grill, Playa Bowls, and Mikey's Late Night Slice. Thanks for supporting the show, guys. Yep, got our couple usual guests here on the show tonight. We're gonna have producer Joe on. We're gonna be talking a little of that Team Up North news that's been coming out, and as always, the legend Benny Spangs. We're gonna break down some Buckeye recruiting. Been a lot of good news on that front, and maybe a little bit of talk about old Jim Knowles' departure. A little bit more news coming out there in the cycle about what happened there. Just some rumors, and he did an interview. So should be a really fun show. We're going to do a top three tonight. Our top three is wing sauces. So your top three wing sauces specific to restaurants. So if you can specify it, that'd be great too. Throw those in the chat and we'll read them at the end of the show. And that'll bring us right into Mystery Buckeye. Mystery Buckeye tonight. Got some great clues for you here. I think it's a pretty good one. It's somebody we're all very familiar with. He was selected by the Miami Dolphins in the NFL draft. He played his high school ball at Glen Oak in Plain Township, Ohio. And his younger brother was drafted. I don't know if he was drafted, but he played for the Colts in New England. Played quarterback for the Colts in New England. Mystery Buckeye tonight. Drafted by the Miami Dolphins, played high school ball at Glen Oak, and his younger brother, quarterback for the Colts and New England. So, yeah, that'll bring me into my first topics here. Congrats to all the Ohio State graduates. Had a lot of fun on senior crawl, talking to a lot of you guys, but the official graduation commencement there was just a few days ago. Congrats to all the Buckeye grads. And there 14 Ohio State Buckeye football players graduated. So congrats to all those guys. And I wanted to touch on a couple of the former Buckeyes that came back and got their degrees because that's just so cool. Mayan Williams, always follow along him on social media. He's a great follow, and he got his degree. So it's great to see him come back. And William Buford, former basketball star here, got his degree. So that's pretty cool to see. The other really cool thing was the Lorenzos. Lorenzo Styles Jr., obviously the defensive back from the football team. He got his degree. He graduated, but his father, Lorenzo Styles Sr., who some of us are familiar with, I believe he's the 19th all-time leading tackler here at Ohio State. He got his degree. He played for the Bucks back in the 90s, like 92, 93, 94. So he came back and finished the job. So that was really cool to see. And he did it, graduating with his son. So both the Lorenzo Styles, junior and senior, getting their degrees. That's pretty awesome to see. So yeah, congrats to all the Bucks graduating. The QB summit that's going on right now. We've got all Zone 6 and our quarterbacks out there, Keenholz and Sayan, slinging it around all these Buckeye great wide receivers, Carnell Tate, JJ, Ennis, the whole gang's out there, Nolan Baudo. And they've also got, if you've seen some of these pics from out there, Chris Henry Jr. and our new guy, Jaden Dixon-Wyatt, our newest Buckeye recruit. They're both joined him out there too. They're not even going to be on the team this year, but they're joining them out there at the QB Summit. I saw a couple of the guys putting it on. A couple former quarterbacks. I think they're somewhere. Jordan Palmer and Mike White. They got a bunch of great guys, coaching up our Bucks out there, and it looks like they're doing a really good job. I posted a video of Keenholz and saying on our stories. Looks like they're putting in that work. So that's cool to see. Max Claire's out there too. Some of the tight ends. Just really cool to see them all out there getting the work in here this summer. So yeah, the QB Summit, and they reposted one of our stories. Thought that was really cool. Big shout out to QB Summit. Thanks, guys. Someone else I wanted to touch on is Reese Stocksdale. Great Buckeye receiver. He's been on the team for the last at least 4 years, I believe. Seems to be a real favorite of guys there on the team. It seems like he's a great player, great work ethic. He's getting huge. It sucks that he never made it on the field that much. He's a walk-on, but he was a stellar player here in Ohio in high school. I think he was a two-time first team All-Ohio selection, Reese Stocksdale. He's transferring to Bowling Green, so he's joining Eddie George's squad. Good for him. Wish him all the success in the world. Good luck, Reese. And I believe that he'll be very successful there, and he will get on the field a lot. The last walk on in Hartline's tenure here that left was in 2021. If you remember, his name was Sam Wiglas, and he transferred to OU, another MAC school. Well, he didn't play much here. He ended up leading. He led OU at least 2 years in a row in receptions. He was first team All MAC 2 years in a row in 22 and 23. He even had a short tenure with the Rams, and now he's in the UFL on the Battle Hawks. So he's still playing professional football. So, Reese, good luck. And I hope that, you ball out there at BG. And who knows, man, you may still end up in the NFL. So I'm sure he'll have a great season. I'll be keeping an eye on him as well as all of us. I'm sure we're all anxious to see how Eddie does with BG this year. Wish him all luck in the world. This Saturday, I will be at Hops on High. They're shutting down High Street there in the short north between like 1st and 5th, something like that. 1st and Russell. A big arts festival, Hops on High. If you're not familiar with it, should be a really good time. Can't wait to get there and mingle with all the Columbus patrons and hang out. Going to do some Buckeye trivia, some fun stuff. We'll be giving away some prizes. So come find me at Hops on High this Saturday. Should be a lot of fun. But that about does it for my section here at the beginning. I'm going to bring in producer Joe. Let's shoot him the invite here. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Thanks for all the support on all the social media and everything. We've been having a lot of fun. In fact, me and producer Joe are going to talk about that right now. He runs our show's Twitter at the Buck Guys. He's always getting everybody fired up. Pretty funny. He had some great tweets, really go crazy this week. So we'll get into those as soon as he joins the program here. What's up, Dora Rage? What's up, your mom? Here's producer Joe. Let's get him in here. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's going on?
Not much, man. You're pretty echoey tonight. You in a bathroom somewhere? What are you doing?
I'm taking a shit. I'll go outside real quick. I'm at to help my mom at the Board of Elections, actually.
Oh, very nice.
See if I can get some lighting.
Very American of you there, producer Joe, helping out with the election.
There was an election tonight of some sort, or
local
maybe not
elections.
An election. They voted on something. I don't know, but I didn't vote, and I'm helping. It's a nightmare, I'll be honest. What I get for being nice. But
that's great, man. Good for you for helping out the folks. Well, you went on a heater on Twitter. Let's talk about it. The CJ Stroud tweet got everybody riled up.
It's been a fun couple days for Buckeye fans with the Sherrone Moore self-suspension. It's like, let me just give myself a slap on the wrist. That'll do it.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's insane. But, I had some fun. And then, I had a tweet about CJ, how he kind of got, screwed over,
Yeah, he absolutely did.
We talked about it.
I really think it was his for the taking.
Yeah, if CJ beats Michigan, he wins the Heisman,
Absolutely.
And we probably win the Natty. No, there's a lot of pushback on that because we did make the playoffs. So
we did.
But you don't know. Maybe we play TCU and then we go to the Natty to play Georgia, and it's a different game, So
absolutely.
Anyway, but the Heisman would have been his. So that was mostly my point.
It still should have been his. I don't understand how Caleb Williams won that. He looked terrible down the stretch that season too. So
they lose like 3 or 4 games. Yeah, he wasn't that great. He's okay, but USC? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
it's been fun. There's been a lot of back and forth with the Buckeye fans and Michigan fans, but I'm happy to see the other fan bases are piling on. You see a lot of Texas, Clemson, Bama fans. No one likes Michigan. They cheated.
I know.
Ohio State is not the only fan base that hates Michigan for cheating.
Absolutely not. Yeah, they're guilty as hell.
So
guilty
pretty
as charged.
funny.
And it's funny to see Michigan finally kind of like actually accepting that they did some stuff wrong. I mean, why else would you be imposing anything, if you're not admitting to wrongdoing?
And I love that they're saying that this is the hammer. Like, no, that's not the hammer.
They're going too soft on themselves too. When we self-imposed on Tressel's thing, we self-imposed, a bowl ban. and
Yeah,
vacating the wins, and they just went along with it. They seem to think that, yeah, this is the final verdict. It's like, no, the hearing is set now for June 6th and 7th.
exactly. This has nothing to do with the punishment yet.
Nothing
And
to
I
do
heard the
with it.
suspension's over. This is over like the text message deleting. Like this isn't even about the whole Connor thing yet. So it's just I think they're you see some Michigan fans that are actually like, okay, we're gonna get in some trouble. Then most Michigan fans just have their heads buried in the sand.
Oh
So
yeah. Yep.
crazy. But I think they're just in denial. But pretty wild. But yeah, good stuff. And not a lot else going on. Let's
Yep.
see.
Some good recruiting news. Me and Ben are going to chop it up about, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's the off season. You know how it goes.
Yeah,
Like I
you
said,
guys
it's good
hang
to see.
out.
You see all those pictures of the Bucks? Like, did you see that picture of Jeremiah Smith and Chris Henry Jr. standing side by side?
I did. Yeah, he's got like 3 inches on him, maybe more.
They're saying he's like
But
almost 6'7" now. It's insane.
yeah, insane. He's
He's
a
at
big
least
boy.
6'5", 6'6", but it's insane, man. This guy's a
Zone
stud.
6, man,
Just keeps
killing it.
getting better and
Harline's a
better.
monster. And then poor,
Oh, he sure is.
I said poor Oregon, but Oregon has not gotten a big recruit that they've had their eyes on. Because Georgia just got that quarterback that they wanted.
Yes.
So I think
Yep.
the Ducks are in trouble.
Poor Ducks.
So poor Ducks. That's quacktastic.
Oh, buddy.
But yeah, good
Well,
stuff though. But yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. I got my
that
top three
sounds
if
good.
you're ready.
Yeah, let's hear it. Our top 3 wing sauces. What do you got, brother?
Wing sauces. So I'm a big Caribbean jerk fan. Is that a B Dubs? I think they have a Caribbean jerk sauce. So
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
believe so.
one.
Yep, that's a great
And then
one.
I'm going Rooster's donkey garlic, the
Nice.
combo. And
Nice.
then I'm just going classic hot, just regular old hot wings.
Love it.
So
What's your
yeah,
favorite? Is from like Roosters or B Dubs or
uh, I think Roosters has my favorite wings. I'll be honest.
kind of with you there
We'll we'll say Roosters. I mean that's what they're known for.
for sure.
So big Roosters guy. Twin
Love it.
Peaks.
Their wings are pretty
Actually,
good too.
I don't like Twin Peaks wings that much. I like their
No,
tits. I'm
you
just
like other
playing.
things there.
Oh, yeah, they're chicken breast. No, but good stuff, man. Well, yeah, I'll get the hell out of here. I'll let Benny Spangs do the talking. You guys hang out for Benny Spangs. He knows more than I do. But good stuff.
You're great.
Been a fun off season though. Recruiting's going well.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for like a big transfer. So I mean we've gotten a couple, but
we did get a good kicker transfer in this
oh
past
yeah, I
week.
did see that.
Yeah, really good. Jackson Corville, kid from
Yep,
Ball
Ball
State.
State.
He's a Centerville high school kid. Pretty excited about him. He looks really good.
That could be big. Yeah, we need a good kicker. I mean,
Yeah,
we'll let
Jaden's
Ben
been
get
good,
into
but yeah,
what's that.
it's always good. Fielding's been great, but it's always good to have. We needed a backup anyway, and
You
competition
do, you
never
do.
hurts. So
For sure, especially if Fielding was a little banged up last year. You can't have that. So,
no,
but no, I'm excited for Chris Henry and his buddy Dixon-Wyatt.
yeah, Dixon-Wyatt, pretty awesome.
Wyatt,
Have like
Wyatt
best
Herb.
friends like that. Yeah,
That's pretty
get
sick.
both come in. I mean, that's just like a movie script. It's pretty awesome, man.
For sure, for sure. All right, man. Well, I got to go back in here and help out.
Sounds
Damn
good.
it.
Uncle
But
Sam is calling your name.
I love it.
All right,
So,
Joe.
yeah, good stuff, man.
Yep, we'll see
Have a
you here
good
next
one.
week. I'll talk to you
Yes,
soon.
go Bucks. See you, man.
See you, buddy.
Woo!
There he goes. Producer of the Buckeye Show. I promise one of these days we'll be doing an in-studio show once again where producer Joe's back on the boards. Definitely by next fall, by next season, when we've got highlights to show and all that stuff, we'll be back in our normal format where we're showing all the Buckeye highlights behind us and we're breaking it all down. That'll be really fun. What's up, Micah? What's up, Theo? What's up, Ben the Chicken Nugget? Guys, put your top 3 wing sauce lists in the chat. We'll read them at the end. All right. Well, that brings us to the part of our program when we get the legend Benny Spangs in here. I'll send him out the invite. I think I finally got the hang of all the buttons and stuff here on the YouTube mobile live. It's working out pretty well. Doing it here from the office. Got the mic back there. Like I said, I'll be at Hops on High Saturday doing Buckeye trivia. If you're familiar with our trivia sections we do here on the show, got tons of t-shirts to give out. Find me down there in the short north. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm excited for Jackson Corville. If that one slipped past you at all, he's a Buckeye. He's from Centerville, Ohio. Really solid kicker. He's been playing for Ball State. He had a couple game winners last year. He had a 52-yard game winner. I forget who it was against, but as time expired, 52-yard field goal. That's clutch, man. Yeah, so he should be competing with Jaden Fielding for the starting spot. Love Fielding. Great guy, great kicker. Had a great run there during the playoffs. He was really good for us, but we needed a backup after Austin Snyder left. Another Buckeye who, really excited for him to go on and see if maybe he can catch on with an NFL team or something. Well, no legend yet. There he is, right on cue. The legend, Benny Spangs, co-host of the Buckeye Show, joining the program. What's up, Benny?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, looking dapper tonight. Like that tie.
Well, yeah, didn't have time to change. Ryan Day's brother and I just got back from NCAA headquarters. Charlie Baker called. He wanted all the information we had, so we went over there, explained everything to him, and now we're just waiting for the hammer to drop.
Ryan Day's elusive lawyer brother, huh?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I can't reveal anything about his brother, name, location, anything. Just he's a very good investigator. We'll say that.
I've heard that. He's the one who started this whole scandal for Michigan.
He reached out to me. I was very thankful. We put together quite the case against Connor Stallions, Sharon Moore, and that other, douche shit was up there that got a show cause penalty and got to be a head coach of the Chargers when Jim Tressel got a show cause penalty and got fired from the Colts because of it. That's fair. A couple kids trade trinkets for tattoos. That's equal to, just promoting a culture of failure to be compliant. So that was great.
All right, quick pause on this talk because I got Ben the Chicken Nugget here. I gotta grant his wish here in the chat. Ready? Mustard! Just because I love DJ Mustard and Kendrick Lamar. He said he would sub if I did that, so I'm shameless.
Oh,
I'll do anything for a sub.
I'd do anything for a chicken nugget.
I'd do anything for a Klondike bar.
Yeah. Back in the 90s, maybe.
All right, so the infractions committee has set the date now, June 6th, June 7th.
Okay.
That's when they're actually going to decide on some of this stuff, right?
Okay. We're going to see what happens. I don't care if they, vacate the national championship. Those games are over. They were already played. Yeah. I just want to know what kind of punishment are we talking? Ono was the shortest tenured president they've ever had. Sharon Moore had already been suspended a game, and then that guy promoted him to head coach. So I don't understand everything that has happened and how they just don't get smashed. Are we talking scholarships, millions of dollars in penalties, and transfer portal now if this happens? Because if you get certain penalties, bowl bans, you're allowed to transfer right away. So what is going to be the fallout after this announcement? I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I hope it's a nuclear fallout. I hope it's just a apocalypse of the entire program. But we'll see. There has to be something. Awesome. I've heard from some of these guys, Pat Forty and others, guys reporting on this, that there's no vacation of wins, of vacated wins, or bowl ban. But there's got to be something. Like that. There's got to be scholarships.
It has to be. This is the largest cheating scandal I can remember.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard of recruiting violations before. Eric Dickerson back in the day got like a pole or a gold Pontiac GT or something. That stuff has happened. But legit cheating and having one of your coaches on the sideline, Moore's deleting 52 texts. What are we doing? Something's got to be done. You have to set an example. And this is a new president. This is Charlie Baker. He's only been around for like a year and a half. So we're going to see what Charlie's made of.
Yeah, we really are. A lot of people saying that the NCAA doesn't have any teeth anymore, that they've been neutered, that they don't have the power to drop the real punishment, what they
We'll
deserve on
see
these
what
guys.
happened. They
Just don't
certainly
get
didn't
that.
when Emmert was in office. Mark Emmert just rolled over. So we'll see what Charlie Baker has to say. There's a lot of things going on up there, not one of which is good.
No. Terrible things. And then all the other stuff. I know it's not related, but my goodness, their offensive coordinator who just got in all that trouble for hacking into students' social media and getting all their
Yeah,
pics and videos from their girlfriends and stuff. And how
yeah.
about the other lower
Identity
level
theft. Yeah, it's one
crazy
thing
stuff?
after another.
It
Yeah,
really is.
I hope they lay the hammer down, as Austin Jackson would say.
I really hope
Austin
so too.
Carr, my bad. Oof, jeez.
There you go.
Cavs are on right now, probably finishing up.
Yeah, they are. Somebody in the chat, give me the Cavs score, please.
Yes,
Hopefully we
please.
win game 2 here. We really need this. That first game, all the first games were crazy. Pacers won,
I
Knicks
know.
beat Boston, Denver
I know.
won. They beat OKC. Pretty nuts.
Yeah.
All right, well, is that about all on that team up north? What do you think?
Yeah, that's all the time I want to give those guys. They don't
Yeah, I
deserve
don't.
anything else. That's done.
Yeah, they really don't. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about this Jim Knowles interview that he gave. He continues to kind of give, I don't, they sound like excuses to me as to why he
Yeah.
left, or he's
Yeah.
talking about how he's talking about that he was turned off because they wouldn't renegotiate his contract before the Natty.
I know. Yeah.
Like,
Shout out to Heather Dinich over at ESPN for coming out with his article. But he was upset that before the Notre Dame game, national championship, they hadn't really talked to him about renegotiation. Everybody else on the team and the staff is worried about the national championship, and this guy is being a selfish ass. You know,
exactly.
and so titles won at midnight. Next day goes by, 5 a.m. the day afterwards, 29 hours after winning a title. Penn State didn't reach out to him. He
Exactly.
reached out to Penn State and James Franklin. That told me all I needed to know. He didn't want to
Hmm.
be here. Then he wants to whine and cry and say it was awkward because well, they didn't invite me to the celebration. No kidding. You
Right.
wanted to leave. Get
Right.
out of here.
As
And
far as
just all the weirdness about that, and then he's upset, and I don't know, man.
yeah, good riddance.
And if you read the article, anybody that ever says, to be honest, or, well, honestly, it's a buffer. They're lying. It's just like if you ask somebody a question, they repeat the question to you, it's because
Yeah,
they're thinking up in a lie in their head. And if you have to say, to be honest, okay, well, how many times during this interview have you not been honest with me? So
the
I have
legend, Benny, psychological expert here on the show.
just no interest. Yeah, you read the books, you see the studies, you're in sales 20 years, you figure these things out. And he is just lying through his teeth.
Yeah.
It was absurd. 29 hours after winning a title, you're calling another team in the same conference
Mm-hmm.
about getting a job there. You hadn't been fired.
This dream
They
school.
didn't have time to renegotiate with you because everybody else was focused on winning. You're focused on being selfish.
Yep.
It's absurd.
I
I'm
heard him.
glad he's gone.
He's a Philly
Addition
guy,
by subtraction.
Yeah, he's a Philly guy. He said when I was coming into Columbus, some of my buddies warned me. Columbus, they got some crazy fans. They can be pretty hard on the coaches. And he was like, "No, I'm from Philly. I know how the Eagles get. I think I can handle it." And then he's like, "I
Yeah.
guess I just didn't take it serious. I didn't realize that they were this bad."
Philly's tough. We threw snowballs at Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus.
Okay, so you threw snowballs at a fictional character. Sorry for all the 9-year-olds that are watching right now, but he's not real. So you
Right.
thought that was tough? Yeah, guess what? Your friends in Columbus were right. Even
Mm-hmm.
it's not even the fans. You failed at Oregon, gave up 32 points. After that, you had Ryan Day looking over his shoulder, and
Yeah.
you couldn't handle the pressure. Glad you're
Mm-hmm.
gone. Again, addition by subtraction.
Right.
Goodbye. Good riddance.
Me reading the tea leaves, we said this back when it happened, but I just felt like once that Oregon game happened and we kind of restructured the way we
That
were
was
going to
it.
call this defense, you started seeing a lot more four down linemen, a lot more of
Yes.
Larry's style. And at that point, we knew we are not bringing this guy back. And they
No.
talk about how he got an offer from Ohio State for 2.75 mil, right after the
Yeah.
Natty, and then Penn State was offering 3.1, and they're like, "Oh, that's a slap
Yeah.
in the face to not offer him the same offer." But we didn't want him, you know. We
Well,
were
it's
sending
not
them all
even
the
that.
time.
How about any kind of loyalty? It's 2.75 million versus 3.1.
Right.
What are we talking about? You just won a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ohio State's losing a lot of defensive players, and guess what? So is Penn State. They lost their top two tacklers in Jaden Reed, the safety, and Kobe King, the linebacker. They both had almost 100 tackles. You lost Abdul Carter, who had
Right.
12 sacks for you. Yeah, they're not going to be that good this year. I can't believe the preseason polls that have these guys as top four. I think Joel Klatt even had him number one.
Yeah.
People are predicting Drew Aller's going to be a top 10 pick. Did nobody watch this guy play?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Drew Aller is not a
Yes.
good quarterback. I think he's
No.
an all right guy, but this guy, he sucks, man. I watched
Awful.
a lot of Penn State games. Drew Aller never
Awful.
impressed me.
Awful. And they
Mm-hmm.
lost Tyler Warren. So you're talking about 2 first rounders, your
Yeah.
2 leading tacklers on the team. You lost your other starting safety. So I don't understand why James Franklin thinks they're going to do so well. They're, I believe, 1-12 against Ohio State, 4-18 against, I believe, Michigan, Ohio State, and Oregon. You can't win against your conference opponents. I don't get it. Top 4, I don't get. I don't see it, and I can't wait to see them and beat the living dog crap out of Penn State. I hope they dog walk them right down the street.
I don't know. A lot of people are excited about Katron Allen. They think he may actually get more carries than Singleton this year. I mean, he is.
Yeah, I mean they did bring
talented.
that back. Yeah, they got their whole backfield, in between Aller, Singleton, and the Katron, like with a KH.
Something like that. I think it's
Yeah,
just Kaytron, Tron.
who cares?
Yeah, no, Penn State, not impressed. I have no idea. Joe Klatt, I
No,
usually respect. I mean, I still respect the guy, but that's just, it's insane, man. I
I
don't,
think it's
get
just
that right, man.
off-season banter, try to get clicks because there's no way he can believe that. No way he can believe that.
Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know, but I sure as hell don't believe it.
No. Hey, well, that makes 2 of us, buddy. I don't see it.
Me neither. I think
I don't
Illinois.
see
I think
it.
Illinois is going to be a tougher out in the Big Ten this year than Penn
Yeah,
State.
Illinois
Honestly,
is ranked top 25 from what I've seen.
they look pretty
Indiana,
good.
Iowa. Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to see Wisconsin's name on there every now and then, but not
yeah.
seeing them much anymore. Hell, you might even see Nebraska do a little surprise this year with what's
Maybe.
the kid? Shoot, that's terrible. The quarterback they have, everybody compared to Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was even flirting with coming here for a little bit.
Yeah,
Ah, shoot, I forget his name too, Benny.
yeah, me too. Oh well, that's how significant Nebraska's been. So, oh well, I'll get it.
That's great. Well, we can
But
get
a
into some
couple of
breakdown
guys,
on.
yeah,
Go
on
ahead.
do a little recruiting about guys that Jim Knowles could have had.
Yeah, let's talk about some of
Yeah,
that, buddy. Let's hit the
yeah,
recruiting trail here.
yeah. You guys mentioned Kayden Dixon-Wright coming out of Modern Day,
Wyatt.
along with his teammate Chris Henry. They just
Mm-hmm.
offered a 27 corner, also from Modern Day, 4-star. So the guys are coming in. They got another 4-star tackle. It's down to his top 5. Samuel Roseborough. You're
Yep,
looking at
Roseboro.
Texas, A&M, LSU, Florida State, and what a surprise, national champions.
Damn right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
super excited about this Kayden Dixon-Wyatt. He is incredible, man. 6'2", about a buck 80. Probably going to put a few more pounds on when he gets here, gets working out with
yeah,
Coach Mick. But to have 2 best friends like that coming in, and Chris Henry's done a phenomenal job himself on the recruiting trail of bringing these guys
yeah.
in. He probably even played a hand in the corner you're saying is coming from Modern Day as well.
hmm
But Kayden is incredible, man. I've just been watching his highlights.
Well,
He's
they
got
offered that corner. He hasn't committed yet, but they offered him. I assume with the pipeline that is, being erected between Modern Day and Ohio State,
yeah,
stand a pretty good chance.
absolutely.
So I'm excited about it. And look at what it says. People talk about the brotherhood. Not a single scholarship player left in the portal.
That's right, baby.
Yeah,
Brotherhood is strong. The guy I
brotherhood
always like to
strong.
touch on each week, our guy Cinsere Johnson, Glenville Tarbloodder. This
Yes.
guy, he's got it down now to PSU, Bama, and the Bucks. And he's making his official visits in that order. So we are
Yeah.
the anchor leg there. That tells
I know.
me, kind of telling, he's going
I
to check
know.
out Happy Valley. He's going to go down to Tuscaloosa. He's going to come on up to
I'm here
Columbus, baby.
right before he makes his decision. I believe May 30th, end of this month,
Yeah.
Memorial Weekend.
And he talked about how great that he's seen. He's tight with Arvell Reese, another Glenville guy, and he's seen the development of Arvell. He's going to have a great season this year, and that
cool.
really bodes well for us. We've got to land Cinsere, top player in Ohio. We got to get this guy, and I really believe that we will. So
that would be awesome.
It's
clearly Laurinaitis is like #1 target. Easy to see why.
Did you hear about this? Emmanuel Ruffin? Larry Johnson offered. He's a 3-star. He's from Alabama, but he seems to be one of these 3-star risers. He's a really
defensive lineman.
Yeah.
He's got his official visit schedule already, I do believe.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. How about Landon Barnes? You know much about this 4-star kid from Texas?
I don't know much about him.
He's down to 8 schools. 8 schools: Buckeyes, Georgia, Ole Miss, LSU, SMU, Washington, and Texas. He's a defensive end, so another Larry Johnson recruit, 4-star guy out of Texas for the 26 class. So yeah, keep an eye on him. Landon Barnes, really great. He's the number 16 edge rusher in the class.
Okay.
So
SMU and Washington must be offering him a lot of money. They don't belong on that list.
Dude, the money's
do not belong on that list.
They really don't, but yeah, the money's getting crazy. I mean, you've heard now Texas is up to like $40 million for their class.
Yep, 40 million. And Buckeyes didn't spend the most last year. We were like number 3. And
it's doubling every year. This is insane.
I know. It is crazy. Maybe it's because people come here and graduate. I heard you mention, both Lorenzos, junior and senior. I'm sure you probably mentioned the APR. Buckeyes #1 in that too.
Oh, Benny, you know what? That was on my list to talk about, and thanks for bringing it up. Buckeyes finished first in the APR this year. It's broken down with retention, graduating, percentage of graduates, grades, all that stuff. And Ohio State #1 this year. What were we last year, Benny? You told me.
#1 last year, Buckeyes tied with Harvard.
Right.
Doesn't get much better than that. And in fact, this year we are #1 again, as you just said.
Right.
Alabama is #2. That doesn't make sense to me. Harvard dropped to 3.
Yep.
So, hey, if you're beating Harvard at some sort of education process, maybe even Cardell is saying, we are here to play school.
That's right, Mister. We're here to play football. No, that's funny. No, that's a great thing for the Bucks, man. It just shows how great the whole culture is. Guys wanting to stick around and do good in school, do well in school. I remember when it came out how many academic, All-Americans, that academic honor roll, I believe it was for athletes. We had almost the whole team on there. So yeah, the coaches really definitely put a lot of importance on their grades, going to class, and just being well-rounded student athletes. It's amazing. Yeah. Love to see it, buddy.
Not a bad thing.
Not at all.
I hope that's not true down there in the comments. The Cavs just lost by 1. Somebody please tell me that's not true.
Oh, Ohio Ed, it's road to 1K. Thanks for joining us again, buddy. But yeah, that you hate to see that. Down 0-2 now? You got to be kidding me.
They didn't have Darius, Mobley, or DeAndre Hunter tonight. They're out all 3.
Well, shows how much I've been paying attention. I'm too locked into the Bucks. I knew Garland was out, but no Mobley or DeAndre Hunter?
Yeah, DeAndre Hunter dislocated his thumb, and Mobley twisted his ankle pretty bad when they weren't calling fouls game 1. So it's very true. Damn it.
All right. Well, thanks for letting us know there.
Time to steal a few in Indy. I'll go over and talk to Charlie Baker. Their headquarters is in Indy. Maybe we can work something out. A little more info on Sharon. Maybe you can make something happen.
Well, do God's work over there, Benny, please. Jeez, man. Well, that's a great recruiting breakdown. I had one more guy on here. I guess it's not great news because we lost him. Just Derek Coleman Brussa. I guess he ended up signing with Washington Huskies.
Still plenty of time.
another D-line commit from the 26 class that LJ was going for, but we lost out on him. We've been sitting there right at number 3 in everybody's,
I know.
team aggregate rankings.
I
But
know.
I've heard a lot of talk that our class is a little more sustainable. Like we've got our commits are hard commits, and
Not just
I don't
verbal or soft commits.
yeah, some of these USC guys they don't expect to stick around. Same with Texas.
Okay.
You know how it all shakes out.
That's a
Our
good
guys seem
sign.
like they're ready to go, and really truly, and they really fit our culture and our team well.
Okay.
As far as positions in need and just building for the future as well. We've got a great class coming in, man.
I imagine if
27 class looking good too.
they land Cinsere and Cantwell, probably move up to number 1. I would have to think.
Yes, that would.
That would
I
be
mean,
a
that would
great
definitely
class.
bolster it for sure. Yeah,
Woo-hoo!
absolutely. I fully expect it to happen too. I think we're going to get both those guys.
Yeah. Speaking of greatness, there's a rumor floating around. I don't know how true this is.
What you got?
It would be the first time ever, but on NCAA 26, there is a rumor that there may be the first ever 100 overall rating player.
Did
Any
hear that.
guesses?
Oh,
Any guesses as to who that might be?
gee, let me think here. No, I've been seeing that too. JJ,
Yeah.
obviously Jeremiah Smith, the
How cool would
phenom.
that be?
That would be pretty spectacular.
So
haven't-
we'd have the only 2-time Heisman champion and the only 100 overall player ever on NCAA.
Be pretty sweet. I heard
Yeah.
this is only the second year that it's been back. I haven't played it yet. I didn't play last year's, but gonna have to find somebody that's got the game. And
Yeah, speaking of Freddie here, Freddie, I think you guys had somebody on the cover last year that got replaced in the backfield by a converted linebacker. How'd that work out for you? That's cool. 5-0, it's weird. I don't remember the 2020 year. Do you? I'm pretty sure somebody canceled. Not sure what happened there. I do know that we're 17-7 since the year 2000. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not sure what kind of jargon this guy is spitting out here. It doesn't seem right.
I love it. Got some Michigan fans in the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, your day's
good.
coming here.
Yep. Hey, good. Appreciate you having something to watch on a Tuesday, Freddie.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in November as well. Up at the old big house. Big outhouse.
Probably won't see you in the polls at that point, but we'll see you.
We'll catch you on the flip side. For real though, yeah. Thanks for checking in with us.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That's great, Ben. Well, what do you think, buddy? You want to hop into your top 3?
Yeah, wing sauces tonight.
Yeah, I know you got something to say on this topic. Top 3 wing sauces.
Big fan of wings. Probably one of my favorite foods. Wing sauce, probably number 3 would be Parmesan garlic from B-Dubs. Really a big fan.
Love it.
I know. It's not like some of the sauces you get. I do like Roosters, but sometimes when you get some of that Rooster sauce, it's just too runny. Parmesan garlic is real good. And number 2 would actually be from Roosters, but it's not one of the runny sauces. It's the Carolina Gold. Really good. It's delicious.
Man, you're just running down my list, Ben.
It's delicious, man. You get that nice, that mustard flavor from down to Carolinas. That's how they base all their barbecue sauce. It's a mustard mix. It's delicious.
It's my favorite.
Number 1 would have to be Quaker steak. We're going to go to a different part of the country. Going down south, and we're going Louisiana liquors.
Oh, baby.
Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Got some heat, some sweet. Awesome. I will actually buy a bottle of that and smoke my own wings and toss my wings in that sauce. Amazing.
I need to go to Quaker Steak again. I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, they got a new owner over there. Now maybe they've changed. I haven't been back in a while. But I prefer to go to 2 places that were founded here in Ohio. And that would be Roosters out by Dayton and B-Dubs right downtown on campus, right on Woodruff and High. Very first B-Dubs ever, 1982.
Right on the corner.
Support the local businesses.
That's right, baby. Yep, Columbus, home of many restaurants. Yeah, B-Dubs, man, it's great. There's like a
Yeah.
Panda Express there now. Of course, they're in the big spot there at Lane and High. Huge location.
Yeah.
Need to pop in there at some point. Maybe we can get a sponsorship going with old B-Dubs. Wouldn't that be cool?
Hey, that'd be all right. Get some Mikey's late night slice, so we can go down there and get some pizza, Buckeye wine and spirits, go have a couple drinks, stop by Beat Ups later for some wings, pick up a bottle of sauce.
Sounds perfect. We're strategically
Absolutely.
plotting these sponsors, aren't we, Urban? Oh, yes.
Trying to.
That's some great wings. I feel like I don't even need to do my list now. I mean, my list was literally Parmesan, garlic, B-Dubs.
Great choice.
Then I went up to Korean barbecue at Roosters. I really like the
Okay.
Korean barbecue. And then
That
my
is another good one.
top of the list is Carolina Gold at
No way.
Roosters. It's insane. And then I even get just nasty with it and dunk it in their homemade ranch there. They make it Roosters. Their ranch is so
Oh,
good.
I get an extra thing of Carolina Gold on the side. That way,
Ooh,
when you pull them apart, dip that flat right back in there. It's
absolutely.
delicious.
You still rolling with the regular wings? I just went boneless. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just going boneless anymore.
Nah, even with the beard, I still roll with traditional wings. You think with this, I'll roll with, the boneless, but I don't. Those are just kind of like chicken nuggets. Some of them are too heavy on the breading.
Yeah.
They're just
They're
burnt.
good.
They don't taste good. Yeah, I'd much rather have the wings.
I don't know. I think that Roosters boneless are delicious, but I can't argue that the off the bone at Roosters are. I mean, that's the trademark. Those things are huge. They're so
Huge.
damn good.
Reminiscent of the old Hooters wings, where you actually get the whole wing and a little flappy there.
That's right. They've left Columbus. They haven't been around in a while.
No, I don't think they're much anywhere anymore.
Ohio Edits is throwing out Wingstop. Edits. I have not actually been to Wingstop. Ben, have you been to there yet?
Wingstop is good. I like their Cajun and I like their lemon pepper. Their lemon pepper isn't enough, like either way for me. It's good, but it's not enough lemon and it's not enough pepper. Like, if I want lemon pepper, I want big flavor for both.
Love it. Yeah, I need to check them out sometime. I love
Yeah.
Freddie. He's just giving us all kinds of comments down there.
Oh, I love it.
What's your favorite wing place there, Freddie? What do you got up there in Michigan? You guys got your own wing places? Got your own local spot there on campus?
Probably a lot of vegan wings up there.
Probably. Oh, it's been a great show, man. Well, thanks for joining us, Ben. It's been great breaking down the recruiting with you.
Yeah.
I'll definitely
Absolutely.
holler at you here this week, and we'll chop it up, buddy.
All right, man. Appreciate you having me on.
You know it, man. Go Bucks.
See you, buddy. Go Bucks. OH.
IO. There he goes, the legend, Benny Spangs. Always got his ear close on the recruiting trail there. Yeah, the 26th class is looking really, really good. It's awesome. Chris Henry Jr., first guy to commit from that class. I feel like he's as much to help out that class as Hartline or any of the assistant coaches, anybody, the staff. Chris Henry Jr., he's always on social media recruiting these guys, dropping likes and comments on their stuff. So, and Kayden Dixon-Wyatt, it's like his best friend. So that was just really cool to see. Two best friends, played 7-on-7 on the same team for years. Same, modern day, same high school. It's just awesome. We're getting both these guys. Kayden Dixon-Wyatt, I was trying to think of a comparison. A lot of people comparing him to Carnell Tate. He's so smooth. The smooth factor reminds me of Olave. He catches it so naturally. He's just incredibly smooth mover out there. Reminds me a lot of Olave. Just a natural. Just going to be a standout receiver for us. Our receiver room, it's just getting ridiculous. I mean, it's so amazing. These guys know they're going to have to sit, a little bit, and they don't care. They just want to develop into great Buckeye receivers. Got so many guys ahead of them, but we'll just keep pumping them right through the program and into the pros like we always do. First rounder or two every year. Carnell, I'm sure, will go first round next year. Got Quincy Porter going to step into those shoes there in a year or two after that. And Chris Henry Jr. and Kayden Dixon-Wyatt, the latest and greatest Buckeye receivers, locking them up. Mystery Buckeye, better wrap that up. I'll read the clues here for you. Some of you probably didn't catch him earlier. Mystery Buckeye tonight. He was selected by the Miami Dolphins. He played his high school at Glen Oak in Plain Township, Ohio, and his younger brother was a quarterback for the Colts in New England. Selected by the Dolphins, played at Glen Oak. Little bro played college at Kentucky and actually played quarterback. Then he played for the Colts in New England. Anybody got a guess on that one? How about you, Freddie? Team up north, you know who that might be? Who's our mystery Buckeye? It is none other than the new offensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes, Brian Hartline. That's our mystery Buckeye tonight. All right, that about wraps up the show. Thanks, as always, to our sponsors, Buckeye Wine and Spirits, Plaza Mexican Grill, Playa Bowls, and Mikey's Late Night Slice. And who knows, maybe in the future, maybe Roosters, maybe BW3s. We're always looking for new sponsors, but thank you guys for supporting the show. Thanks a bunch to everybody who checked out the show tonight. Having a lot of fun. Off season's a little slow sometimes, but we're getting some great stuff to talk about. It's always great hanging out on a Tuesday night with you guys. So we'll catch you here next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Go Bucks.